I play nerd. I play nerd.
Get those wonderful toys.
Welcome back to another toy unboxing and review from I Play Nerd. This time we've got the DC Multiverse Batman Begins Batman figure. Batman Begins might be my favorite Batman movie from the Nolan trilogy. I know that might be unpopular, but it is what it is. I love this movie. I need to watch it again sometime soon. I need to watch that whole trilogy sometime soon. Let's take a quick look at the packaging before you before we bust them open. That sounded weird. Very standardized McFarlane DC Multiverse packaging. Not a whole lot going on until you get to the back, until you see. This is one of the movie posters that came out for Batman Begins. I think it's awesome. I love the background. I love the coloring. It's not very... Around that time in the early, mid-2000s, we've seen a lot of Batman movies, and this one had a little different color scheme. So I love that this kind of portrays that, where it's not just too dark, it's not overly neon bright, it's kind of something, it's its own thing. So Christopher Nolan did a great job with that type of aesthetic, giving its own unique aesthetic. All right, that's enough talk. Let's bust this guy open. It's Batman time. Here is Batman Begins, Batman out of the packaging with everything that he comes with. Let's take a look at a few of his accessories. Here is a standard McFarlane DC Multiverse card. Pretty cool picture from Batman Begins the movie. And here's the back. Pause if you want to read it. I'll never see this again. It's going to go somewhere in a pile. Comes with the standard DC Multiverse stand, which is actually very helpful. And I dropped it. These I will see again. He has a fist full of batarangs. He has one separate batarang, which you can tell is oversized. It does not fit the scale of the ones in his hand here. Oop. He comes with a fist hand. He comes with a grappling gun, which is painted gold or bronzish, and his other hands that have no connected to him is a fist and one where he can hold his grappling gun. So, how does he hold his grappling gun? Let's put it on there. Go. There it is. There it is. Oh yeah, he's ready to fucking launch onto the sky. Woo! Pretty damn cool. You know what his fist looks like, so I don't need to put that on. But what's he look like with this hand, which is his right hand? Actually, you know what? Let's put his oversized batarang in his hand first. See what that looks like. That's what that looks like. How about the one with several batarangs, which is his right hand? Pretty cool. Not quite sure how I want to display him. Maybe I'll put the batarangs in his hand just for just so it looks a little bit different than the other Batman movie figures that I have. But anyways, let's take a look at the figure itself. All right, let's just start off with the fantastic thing. Wired cape. Wired capes are so awesome. McFarlane Toys does a great job of putting these on. Some are better than the others, but this is actually a pretty decent one. You can shape it up to how you want. Cool. All right, so let's look at the figure a little bit closer. This is the same Batman head from the Dark Knight figure. The Dark Knight figure. That is one part that some people have kind of complained about, because the Batman Begins suit was more like the 90s suits with Keaton, Val Kilmer, and George Clooney, where he couldn't really turn his head. And they actually changed that for the Dark Knight, where he was actually able to turn his head a good amount. With this one, it reused that Dark Knight head, but they made the neck pretty thick, so kind of blends it a little bit from different angles. Depending on the angle you look at. This is definitely a different body molding than the Dark Knight one. Of course, it's a different figure, very much customized to the Batman Begins suit. You can see that the Batman signal is different on there. Kind of hard to see because it's all black, but that's how it is in the movie, so it's pretty accurate. Good amount of body armor on the front and detailed on the back. You can see there's his bat butt. Really good utility belt. Pretty good detail. This is pretty sweet, actually. I haven't really looked at the belt that much, but it has a really good details as far as, you know, places where you could store some of his equipment, and it just doesn't look very plain. It looks very nice. A lot of detail on the legs. Nice lines. I don't know how accurate that is. The bat suit is pretty much a matte black coloring, but you get very shiny as you look at the boots, which also have, oops, knocked over my camera, detail on the bottom, and also it's shiny at the gauntlets, which are pretty stiff. That's what she said. Overall, I'm very satisfied with how this came out. A quick look at the articulation, kind of what you expect from the McFarlane Toys action figure. Head turns a good amount. Like I said, it's the same Dark Knight head, so it's very flexible as far as a lot of range of motion. His arms, he does have a little bit of shoulder padding, so it kind of limits the range of motion on his shoulders. But he's got butterfly joints. He's got double jointed elbows. Of course, they are pinned. One thing that McFarlane never really fixed. He has wrist articulation. A good range of motion there. Same on the other arm. Doesn't do that much. He does have a slight ab crunch. Not a whole lot there. He does have waist twisting articulation. Of course, he has legs. They go forward. They go back. They go to the side. He can do the splits. Look at his back taint. He does have double jointed knees, of course, pinned. And he has ankle articulation, back and forth. And is not on a ball joint, which is fine. I feel like it's a little more sturdy. But he does have toe articulation right there, see? And on the other foot, toe articulation. And that's his bat articulation. Something I just realized as part of his accessories is I thought he came with two fisted left hands. And it kind of does look like it. But if you look closer, this one comes with a little, I believe it's a little smoke bomb in his hand. It's colored black, so it's hard to tell right away. But he does have a little bit of a weapon there. I was getting mad. I thought it was a defect. I thought they gave me two left fists. But there is a little bat bomb in there. Just for comparisons, here's Batman Begins and the Dark Knight Batman side by side. Let's take a look at them. You can see that the Dark Knight figure has a more robust cape. As you can see, it comes all the way in front. Not completely covering up his entire front, which is his abdomen, but it has a good amount of range. The Batman Begins one, actually, it's kind of decent. It's definitely shorter. You can tell through the camera. And I feel like there is still a little bit more on the Dark Knight one. Let's check out their cape wingspan. It's spread out. Spread out Batman Begins. Cape extends out that far. And let's do the Dark Knight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this on camera. The Dark Knight cape is definitely longer. Actually, I think it might spread out to the same length. It's just that the Dark Knight one is longer. Yeah, they're pretty close as far as wingspan goes. Oh, trying to get him to stand. And hard to tell without I don't feel like getting a ruler out or a tape measure to show it, but the Batman Begins has a pretty decent cape. Looking at the mold of the figure itself, let's see, I could pull back the cape a little bit so you can see details of the figure. You can tell, much different mold, different bat symbol, different armor. The Batman, the Dark Knight one is a little more slimming because you want it to be a little more mobile. The Batman Begins one's a little more armory. The belt is exactly the same from the figures. Legs are different. Boots, a little hard to tell. Boots might be actually the same. Just that one's glossy, one's more matte. And the head, I think, is definitely the same. But it was good. This one, the Dark Knight one came out first, and they're able to piece together a pretty good looking Batman Begins one, while still being able to reuse some pieces from the Dark Knight figure. Oh, there they are, side by side. And that brings us to the end of this toy unboxing and review of the DC Multiverse Batman Begins Batman figure. This toy is awesome. I love it. I love that movie. It definitely takes me back to 2005 when the movie came out. It has really great accessories that will provide for different poses that are actually pretty cool, with his grappling gun, with his batarangs connected, with his single batarang, and with his little Batman smoke bomb that he has. You can put them in a lot of cool, make them look really cool, put them in action scenes, action poses. You can just display them with your live action Batman movie collection action figures, which is probably what I'm going to do. I think it's going to look great with my shelf of Batman movie figures. So this is a fantastic pickup for someone who is a fan of the Nolan trilogy or just a Batman fan himself. And that's it. Love this toy. Smell you later.